Well, that was an absolute pile of piss. They could have done that whole episode in 10 minutes. Love Island UK episode 2, absolutely fucking pathetic. Bored out my tits. As we know, last time Tony stole Ben from Shakira, so Shakira was going to get dumped for the island unless she convinced one of the other guys to stand up for her. And the whole episode was just her going round and getting her grafty boots on, as she kept saying. And it was so fucking shit. It was so bad. That's what happened. That was the whole episode. Thanks for watching. Bye. Pathetic. In case you didn't know, Love Island USA is also on at the moment, and I've been making videos about it. Already, they've had bombshells, games, like more drama. It's so much more exciting than this fucking crap. But I'm going to continue to watch it just because it's reality and I like to just put myself through the stress. I suppose if I had to say anything about it other than the fact that she was just grafting, I could come up with a few things. So here we go. Dijon pulled Shakira for a chat and Meg was like, oh, how was your chat? And he says, oh, don't worry, you're my number one. But I felt as if he was flirting with Shakira. However, he didn't stand up for her at the end. So that's what mattered. She spoke to Tommy and instantly Megan was like, I don't think so, bitch. And she's like, oh, can we go for a chat up on the terrace? And she was planning on kissing him, but he was saying, oh, I like you, let's kiss, right? So I did think to myself, she maybe should have let him speak to her, but she's got to fight for a position in the villa and she got it. Tony told Meg that he'd never slept in bed with a woman overnight. That's red flags to me. So he's slept with all these women, but he's never spent the night with a woman. That's weird. So it's just like pump and dump. No thanks. Helen has now decided that she likes Connor, and she was saying, oh, maybe I should have kissed him, like the way you did. I don't know what I'm doing. All the girls were shitting their pants, right, because they knew that at least one guy was going to stand up for Shakira, but they didn't know what one. Shakira and Tony are absolute BFFs. She's like, don't worry girl, you've got this, like somebody's definitely going to like you. And Shakira was saying, oh, like, I'm being made out to be the villain because I've got to go grafting, but nothing's stopping them from grafting. Perfectly right, she's only doing what she's meant to be doing. What I will say is, the first bit of the show, like the first 10 minutes or more, when Tony went in, all they did was talk about if they'd been to America. Oh, have you been to the US? Where have you been? Oh, where have you been in the US? Oh, where have you been in the US? I don't really give a fuck, to be honest. Like, they could have put that in, aye, okay, oh, who's been to America? Oh, have you been to Vegas? Aye, there didn't need to be this full thing about who's been to America. And then she was saying, oh, I can't believe you've not been. Like, why can't you believe nobody's been? Why? There's many, many other countries in the world that people could have been. I mean, don't get me wrong, I fucking love Vegas. Vegas is my favourite place on earth. But did we really need that full conversation? Tony was speaking to Ben at the start and he was saying, oh, are you sad that you and Shakira aren't together? And he's like, nah, wasn't giving a fuck. I think he just doesn't like her whatsoever. But Shakira was also saying, I liked Ben because he's hot, but he knows he's hot, so he's like too cocky. So they two weren't going to be working out anyway. And really this could be the shortest Love Island video I've ever made in history. But basically Maya showed up, asked Shakira to pick a boy, and asked the boys to stand up if they were interested. Harry, Blue and Connor stood up, and all day I've been thinking, oh, Lima's going to go because Blue's made it very clear that he's not interested in her. And I wasn't really thinking about any of the other boys that would stand up. So when they did stand up, she was talking to Maya. She was like, I don't really know who I want to pick, but the person that I want to pick is coupled up with my friend. And Maya's like, it's not about friends. Pick who you want to pick and just go for it. So she ended up picking Harry, which means Sophie's been evicted from the island. A couple of people says to me the day that they didn't like her. I quite liked her actually. The only lassie that I didn't like so far was Shakira, and I don't even know the reason why. But anyway, Sophie's gone and that's that. Not very eventful. Boring as fuck. Let me know what you thought of that episode, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Hopefully I've got more. Bye.